on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies.
What's going on, guys? So it is currently 9:15 Saturday morning, and we've come to World's Gym, North Brum, like Walsall area. So we're carrying on the little gym tour. It's supposed to be a sick gym. I've just crushed a monster. Jay, what? Pre-workout done. He's got his little BCAAs and his carbs in the back. So we're gonna go and crush this session and show you what this gym looks like, because it looks fucking badass. That's why we've drove the last half an hour to get here. In the rain. Welcome to another little voiceover. I'm watching the screen while I'm talking to you guys. So warm-up sets. Whenever we get into a work set, for a perfect example, if our work sets are 100 kilos, our warm-ups will be, we'll do the bar for like 10 reps, make sure we've got some blood in the muscle, and then we'll go to like 60 kg, we'll do like 5 reps, and then 80 kg will be 2 reps, 90 kg will be 1 rep, and then we'll do our work sets. That means we're not fatiguing ourselves, so that's something really important that you should try and do. A lot of people, by the time they'll do like 10 reps on every single build-up, and they'll fatigue themselves before they get to their work set. That's something you can implement, and honestly, it's a game changer. So that was our main compound movement for chest. As you can see now, we're doing like trying to like prime the muscle, get that mind muscle connection. So before we go into any movements, we really make sure we're squeezing the muscles just without any weight, just to get the blood in the muscle, because when you go to do it with some weight on, your muscles, you've already got some blood in there. So that's something really important you can include. And as you can see on this now, when you get to the top, we have like a little pause at the top and then come down and do the same. When you hold it at the top, you want to fully stretch your arm out and just hold it there for like a split second. You're kind of just owning that portion of the rep, and then you can drive down. And then this shoulder exercise is pretty weird. It was a pretty mad machine. As you can see, there's hardly any weight on there, but just the range of motion was very strange. But we push it as hard as we can. As you can see, couldn't even get that last one, but it did the trick. And then this is a movement that we haven't got at Ironworks, and I don't see it that often. And I've seen some people do like 5 plates on this thing, but as it's a new movement, we're not going in there just to throw weights around. The main thing is execution and training hard. So as you can see, we push it right till the end, make sure the range of motion, everything's perfect. But it was good. That was the second chest exercise of this. A little flex for you. This is Jay getting his done. But we're just focusing on I don't want to say just perfect form, because obviously the weight matters. But now this is a next level movement. What you want to do with this is, you want to make sure you stretch as far back as possible. And then when you drive down, you want to try and forget about your hands and just worry about your elbows, and get your elbows as far back as possible. And I supersetted this just to try and save a little bit of time. So we walked over and then literally just did some of these dumbbells. And again, it's the same sort of thing. You just want to stretch out and then drive back, and always get your elbows up as high as possible. But again, this is kind of just like to get a little bit more volume, and just to increase the intensity a little bit more. This is a great shoulder exercise. So again, I say the same thing with quite a few exercises, but again, it's about using it. You don't want to use too heavy, but you want to come down, and you don't want to come too far down, because you'll let some of the tension off. So you want to come up, little pause, and then back down. You don't want any momentum. You don't want to come down and then swing up. You want to come down slowly and then up. And then the best tip I can give you on flies is, a lot of people get confused, because with flies they think the idea of a fly is to get the stretch, but it's not. It's incorrect. The main thing of a fly is to keep the weight far away from you. So if you can keep those hands far out and then keep them, and especially when you are doing the eccentric phase, keeping the weight far away from you, it really does, it changes the exercise. So, and this is the calf machine. This is by far the best calf machine I've ever used. And if you look, you can actually see my calves, which I'm pretty pleased with. It looks like they're growing. And just one more thing I quickly wanted to say about this session. It was a really good session, but the title of the video is the best gym, UK's best gym, but this isn't the best gym. It's a great gym, but don't believe everything you see on Instagram. Very good session at World's Gym. That gym's over in Warsaw. It is now like 12:36. Like, I cannot believe the time. Literally just pulled up on the drive, popped into Sainsbury's on the way back because I had to get a few things. Had to get some carbs for my my big baguettes that I have. But dead bread, man. I'm a bit of a carb connoisseur. I have these quite a lot, and Sainsbury's always does the best bread. But for some reason, these are just smaller this week. Normally they're bigger and they're like lighter and fluffier, so I know these aren't going to be all that good. Other things I got was I had to get some blueberries. This is for my breakfast in the morning. Obviously I try and get quite a lot of fruits in. And I'd forgot them. I've already bought my strawberries, kiwis, bananas, apples, but I knew I needed some blueberries. And the next things are these little babies. So I've seen a lot of people, there's a bit of a hype on these at the moment. Some of the famous bodybuilders like Luke Sandow, they've had them and they've included them in their diets and stuff like that. I'm not doing it because of that. What it is, basically, I'm in off season now and I need to enjoy it more. So I'm a bit of a pain because I stick to a very narrow window of foods quite often and I don't like. So it's a little bit of a goal of mine to eat more fucking cookies. I know that sounds stupid, but basically just try more things like this. So what I'm going to do with these, I might show you. And then also another thing that I wanted to try is granola. I've never really included granola in my diet, but I actually really like it when I've had it in the past and on holiday and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get on the granola hype too and see what it's like. So here we go, we got the post-workout meal. Absolutely banging, I absolutely love this. So I know I've posted this meal before, but I just wanted to show you basically how I make it. Little simple ways how you can enjoy a meal like this and it not be super high calories, because you can, even though it looks pretty decent, these meals can get pretty high calories. So just gone for some normal white bread. There's 175 gram of bread, and all I do is I use this lighter than light mayo. Make sure it's the lighter than light one. As you can see, it's got very low calories in it, 11 calories per serving. I don't weigh that, but because I've been using it for some time, I basically eyeball it. Again, this is like another dressing, a French style dressing. As you can see, super low calories. Jalapenos I add on there, just a little game changer. All I've got in there today is just some iceberg lettuce, fresh, some tomatoes, sometimes I'll put some chopped onions and all that in there. And then as you'll see, I've got some crisps, and basically these are the ones I use most of the time. Looking at literally 79 calories, French fries. I got a little bit excited and completely forgot to film this. I was taking a picture on my Instagram. But basically, these raspberry and white chocolate cookies. I've just put this in the microwave for like 15 seconds. And it's all nice and soft and squidgy. And I want you to bear in mind, you guys know I track my food. I've just found these on MyFitnessPal. And these are like 350 calories. That is a lot of calories for such a small amount of food. But honestly, to be fair, they are in the microwave, makes the difference, but oh my god. So, I've been looking at the Samsung watch and I'm gonna go and have a look. So come on, let's go and have a look. And we are back. And we've got it. I had a little play with it in the shop and all the little features. It's very clean. It looks all smart. On my little trip to Tesco this afternoon, I was heartbroken. So the Best protein bars, I have a protein bar as my pre-workout on the way to the gym, and the best one, my favourite one, which I've been having for a very long time, which no doubt you've seen before, is the Tesco NutriFirst. And unfortunately, I think they've literally stopped doing them now, and they've replaced it with this, which is basically the same, but it's got about 40 calories less. They've made it like, they've dropped like 10 gram of carbs out, so it's smaller, and it's just not the same. So I've literally got like 2 of these left. Ugh, such a kick in the balls. So it is currently Sunday night now, and I just thought I'd show you this recipe. What we've got tonight is chicken tikka masala, but a lean one. So this is the sauce that we're using. It's got very good numbers on it. Per quarter of the jar is literally only 72 calories. I've put 200 gram of chicken in there, chopped up an onion, loads of seasoning and stuff. Here we've just got some normal basmati rice, which I've just done. There's about 50 gram of carbs in there. I'll put the macros up on the screen, but this is what we've got for dinner. So this is what they've ended up looking like. Absolutely delicious. So it's time for a little update on the lean gaining and how it's going. So this is my body weight at the moment. I'm hovering around 184, 185 pound. Feeling really good. Here's a bit of footage from some posing.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my
So that was me posing. That is us exactly 5 weeks into off season, and I feel like momentum's just starting to build. Like my weights I'm lifting are where they were kind of when I finished the off season before. So I'm in a good position there. And with the pictures I'm looking at now, I'm comfortable for my weight to rise more. Last year I kind of finished my off season before I started the cut to Thailand at about 186 pound. So me sitting now at like 184, 185, I definitely feel like I've made some progress. I can see the progress I've made in some of my body parts. Everyone wants to get into a position where they can gain, and they want to do this whole lean gaining. And when I talk about lean gaining, all I generally mean is doing it properly. No gaining phase should be a get fat phase. And the only way you can really do that I see, basically, if you're going to do things properly, there can't really be any guesswork. So if you're not tracking your food, if you're not tracking your weight, then it's just not going to be optimal. You're just not going to get the results as if you were tracking all those things. So if you're not tracking your food on MyFitnessPal, and if you never have, and if you try and say things like, oh, I haven't got time and all that, it's just a cop-out. Like, you haven't got time not to. Tracking your food, it literally takes minutes. Weighing your food, it literally does take minutes. And if you don't want to do it, that's cool, man, because obviously you don't care about the goal enough, which is perfectly fine. Just tracking alone gives you so much nutritional awareness, and you will learn so much. Like, honestly, the best thing I've ever done in regards to learning about nutrition and being able to create like a lean physique and learn is literally tracking macros. Like when I first started doing it, back in like 2013, I suppose. I was watching like the Matt Ogus videos and everything, like literally everyone did. And honestly, I put that down as the most important and best step I ever took. So if you're watching this and you're not doing it and you say to yourself, oh, I don't want to weigh my food and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, trust me, just try it out. Get meticulous with your weigh-ins. You see what I do with mine. Weigh yourself. Track your training. Make sure you're progressing. Progressive overload. If you're not tracking things, you're basically just kind of guessing. And guesswork, obviously, it's never going to be the best option, is it? Like, you wouldn't start a business and not have a business plan, because your budget, you'd be spending the wrong things. Obviously, some people do. Obviously, there's people out there that say, oh, I don't weigh my food, and they've got a sick physiques, but that's not the rule, do you know what I mean? That's not the main thing. Like, there's obviously going to be outliers. Like, there's obviously going to be businesses that have not had a business plan and gone crazy, but I'd bet you 95% of businesses all have a business plan, and the successful ones are the ones that follow it to a T, make sure all their data and everything is on point. So I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I'm sure you can get what I'm trying to say. You have to know, you have to have a goal, you have to have things set in place, you have to be able to track and manage all your variables the best you can. So on end this one here, I hope that's just gave you a little bit of value, gave you a little bit of an update on my training, how my lean gaining's going, and obviously what I think everyone watching this needs to do, if and only if they actually really do want to make some progress and do things properly. By all means, if you're not at that stage and you're just trying to get into things, then that's completely cool. But if you do want to take things seriously and step things up and you're not even doing the basics, then get on it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, give this thing a share on your social medias, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.